Welcome to the Entrepreneur of the Month show at womenlines.com. We always bring such interesting stories to you, which can give you inspiration and motivation to follow your dreams and achieve what you want. Today, we are having somebody special, Vicki Lau, VFX and VR specialist, content creator, and entrepreneur, worked in Hollywood and Silicon Valley in the United States. Amazing experience, friends. Let's listen from Vicki how she has achieved her dreams of working in this field. Hi, Vicki. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for your time. So yes, Vicki, please share about yourself.
Well, as you mentioned, basically I do, visual effects and VR. I've worked in Hollywood and Silicon Valley. I worked on some films and TV shows you may or may not have seen. Worked in startups as well, had my own VR startup, and I'm originally from Singapore.
Okay, fantastic. So virtual reality, that's some very new field and sounds uncommon field for a woman to choose. Why and how? How you decided?
Well, it's an interesting question because actually I started out in visual effects and I was working at a tech startup in San Francisco when I accidentally fell into VR. So it just so happened at the time that there weren't enough visual effects related jobs going around. So this VR startup approached me and said, hey, we are looking for someone to do this pipeline, whatever. So I took the plunge and I happened to be good at it. And that's how I fell into VR. So, yeah.
So was it something from your childhood or you were reading more about it? Were you having some base knowledge about it or it just happened after college you got some interest in this field?
Well, fact was when I was 14, I was given a camcorder and I enjoyed video editing because it's a form of self-expression, and gradually it grew into visual effects. For the VR part, that was purely by accident in the middle of my career in the US. So yeah, that's how that happened. So yeah.
Very interesting. So you had a virtual reality startup where your business, which was set up with 100% remote working infrastructure, and that too with 18 collaborators working from 5 different time zones, and developed and launched a VR game on the Oculus Store. That sounds so interesting. Whole team never met with each other. How you established and also share your achievements and challenge. Please share about it.
Excellent question. So interestingly, I actually set up that remote working infrastructure mainly because I didn't see the point of spending limited capital on renting office space, especially when your business is incurring costs and it's not making money yet. So I didn't see the point. So that's how the remote thing came about in an attempt to save working capital. I guess some of the achievements with regards to that 100% remote working infrastructure is that I noticed that people were actually more productive when you trust them to do things on their own time and their own schedule. And interestingly, we had some employees who were working at other places as well, and they were taking their time at that workplace to work on our company. So I thought, that's interesting. It shows how disengaged they are with their own actual paying job, and so that was just something interesting from there.
Okay, but how you develop the team, because that's the main challenge. Until and unless you're having a team with the same mindset and then same passion, so that must be an interesting journey. Can you share something about it? How you reached out?
Yes. So the team was international, and it was a very interesting process because we had over 80 plus, 100 plus applicants from all over the world. And essentially we had to narrow it down through a process. It was really tedious, but at the same time, we knew what we were looking for. We were looking for people who align with the values of the company. Obviously, at that time, the startup was focused mainly on people who are interested in self-expression and freedom of creating a schedule on their own. So in order to manage that team over time you have to be aware of core values are, and ensure that if anyone accidentally or intentionally goes against that, you have to address it swiftly. Because what I notice working remotely with people is that it's contagious, and if someone feels depressed, somebody else would feel the same thing. And as a leader, you have to be able to step in and stop it before it spreads. So that's something interesting about managing remote teams.
Must be interesting. I'm sure you must have learned a lot, because that must be, you're dealing with people from different countries. And as you mentioned, the time zones were different. So collaborating together and working together must be an amazing experience. So you shared that you give talks on exploring VFX and artistic careers, and you have taught over 48,000 students from 177 countries. You can After Effects, compositing, rotoscoping, and color tips. Please share in detail specifically what students can learn from you and how it can help them in any specific career.
Well, basically, students can learn what I myself learned whilst working in the Hollywood visual effects studios. So basically, I cover everything, as you mentioned, already listed, compositing, blah, 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 but in the sense that anyone without a background in visual effects can understand clearly. So these are mainly courses for people who are interested in exploring a creative career in the film industry, whether it's in your own country, in Singapore here, or in another, wherever you are at, or in the US. So yeah.
Okay, so students like after college who are in the college level, they can approach you if they're having the background of having some degree in this field, and then they can learn from you through online courses. Is it there on your website how they can approach you?
Yes, they can find me online, and I believe there will be links linked
I will be
on
sharing
this video.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
So we will be sharing the links.
And to address, like, you don't need to have a degree in the field. You can be in construction and you want to get into video, you can learn as well. We make it that simple. So yeah, it's open to anyone. Yeah.
Fantastic. So if people have interest and they want to learn this as a hobby or as some new skill, you can approach Vicki online and learn from her. Take a note, friends. So as a woman entrepreneur, you must have learned some interesting hacks and some tips which must have helped you in your entrepreneurial journey. So can you share with our audience?
So I like that question because it's a very interesting question. And I would say, like, honestly, the hacks apply whether you're a man, a woman, or an alien planning to start a company. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're a woman. But to me, the hacks, really, there's no shortcut to it. It's all about, you have to put in the work. But if we're talking about starting something from scratch, number one is that you need to test your hypotheses and your ideas fast and early. You have to be willing to fail in order to save money from wasting, like
just like that.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing, I guess I would say, which is a hack, but it's not really a hack, it's more like a thing to know, is so, like, you have to be honest with yourself on whether your business is working or not. Like, I've met a mix of people in the US and here in Singapore where, let's say after, let me think of an example, like 20 years and their business is not making money, is costing them money, then you have to do something about that. You have to be honest and say, exactly, do you want to keep it or do you want to end it? Like, you have to be ruthless in deciding, okay, this is not going to work. I'm going to cut this now so I can save money and time to move on to the next thing that may work. So
accepting yourself is something which everybody should be reflecting, whatever stage they are, and they can plan their future according the way they are. So fantastic sharing. I would love to know your mission and vision for your future, what you are up to now.
Oh, excellent question. To me, I'm someone that likes to execute and take action. So I don't share the information. I act on it.
From Vicki.
I know, right? I act on it, and then I let the project or the whatever that I did speak for itself.
Okay. So how you are looking in your future? What is the image, like what vision you're having for yourself? Which field you want to be specifically next 10 years, suppose?
Well, I mean, definitely there is a saying that goes, specialists are a rarity nowadays. Many people like to do a lot of things, and there's nothing wrong with that because I also like to do a lot of things. So I would say that I'm sticking to the field of entertainment.
Okay.
But as far as specific details go, I wait till they're done, and then you'll find out. I'll let you know. So,
Awesome. So let's wait and watch and hear from Vicki what's next from Hollywood. Fantastic. Awesome to know about you, Vicki. We wish you all the best for your bright future. And thank you so much for giving your time to us and sharing your story. I'm sure it will inspire other women folk and girls to think about their career, that they can plan their career in this field and they can grow and they can have a successful career. So do check out the details in the content section. Do visit her website and reach out to Vicki if you want to learn about virtual reality. Take care.
awesome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.